Ladies and gentlemen, Bungle, hope you're doing well and I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going over Enlisted, the World War II free-to-play first-person shooter, and much requested, much asked about. Bungle, why don't you cover the Battle of Berlin, the JAGDPANZER IV, the event vehicle that you can pick up from Operation, I think, Fiery November it's called. But basically, if you're watching this in the near future, you see this tank on the battlefield, and you're wondering, how can I get it, whatever. It's an event vehicle. So it may pop up again in the future or it could come in a tech tree. But as of right now, the only way to get it is by doing Operation Fiery November as of right now in November 2021. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're watching this, first-time viewer, possibly first-time sub, well, kind of what I do here on my channel with all event vehicles, premium content, regular tech tree stuff. I give you an overview, kind of telling you, what it is. What is this thing we're talking about? Performance. Is it good? Is it bad? How does it perform? And lastly, do I recommend you paying money, grinding, putting time and effort into an event to get this vehicle? So without further ado, let's begin. Currently in Enlisted, there are three types of tanks. You have your light tanks, you have your medium tanks, and you have your tank destroyers. A tank destroyer, you may be asking yourself, Bungle, what does a tank destroyer do? Well, if the name kind of speaks for itself, it takes out tanks. And that's kind of the big thing about this tank, the JAGDPANZER IV, compared to all the other tanks you have in Battle of Berlin right now with the Panther and all that, is that this tank is really great at its one intended role of taking out tanks. So let's move it down to the performance. All right, so what does this tank bring? What does the JAGDPANZER IV bring to the table? Well, one, it's got a 75mm gun. It's got a limited traverse, so keep that in mind. It also gets a full-action machine gun. So what I mean by traverse is that you can't, if you're playing a turreted tank like a Panther or a Panzer IV, you can just turn the turret around and basically have 360-degree control of firing whatever you want to fire at. With the JAGDPANZER, it's limited. It's like a cone shape in front of you, and you have to turn the vehicle around to be able to go and shoot stuff as well. And the machine gun's very limited. Its field of view is even limited. It's like way less than the 75mm gun traverse. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're playing it, especially too the way the JAGDPANZER IV is designed. It's kind of really close to the ground, so you're going to struggle a little bit sometimes where you're going to be firing and you're like, well, why is this not hitting anything? And you realize, well, because the gun is actually shooting at the dirt because of how low it is to the ground. Another aspect of this tank too that I feel like is really good is that its armor is great. This tank is really good at taking out T-34 85s, and we're moving down to, is it worth it? This is a T-34 85 span killer. Now currently I was looking at the campaign levels in Enlisted for the Battle of Berlin and kind of just taking a look at it and giving my 2 cents. And if you're a free-to-play player, and I know a majority of my audience is, and the majority of the Enlisted player base is, then this is going to be kind of a catch-22 in a way, because if you're going to go equip this is going to be the only tank you can really bring out in the battle. If you're a premium player or a pay-to-win wallet warrior, such as Bungle, you can take out the Panther A, the Panzer IV Armored, and then you can go and take this out as, your tank destroyer in case, you're mowing down infantry and you get it taken out by T-34-85. You switch to this tank and you take it out. And you just, you have decent armor. I have not been penetrated by T-34-85. I've been killed by infantry, of course. And that's a big downside of this tank, is that it's not good at taking out infantry. It's not really designed for it. 75mm HE, yeah, it works here and there, but like just the way the traverse is and the limited machine gun port, you can get easily swarmed and taken out by infantry. So yeah, you got to keep that in mind. And for a free-to-play player, yeah, this is going to be a difficult decision because a Panther gives you that flexibility, that multi-role of a medium tank of dealing with all threats, whereas a JAGDPANZER IV, you're specifically designed to take out tanks. So if you are a wallet warrior like myself, and you have the option to, since you paid to win, to have the Panther, then you can take out the Panther or the Panzer IV Armor to have this as a backup in case you are getting, T-34-85 spam. Now, if you're a free-to-play player, if you like the gameplay, you think you can make this work and everything like that, then I recommend putting it as a primary in your lineup. But, like I said, there isn't an option yet to have another tank crew. You're only limited to one tank crew right now in Berlin, and you can only choose the Panther or the other tank destroyers to equip in that tank slot. I don't know why it's designed that way, because if we compare to other campaigns like Invasion of Normandy, at that point I think they have 3 tank crews now. So it's just weird how it's set up. I don't know why it's designed that way, but it is. So if you're supporting the video, new viewer, possibly new subscriber, well, I hope today's the day I earned your subscription. Having you subscribe and mash that like button. It does help me with the YouTube algorithm. Returning sub, returning viewer, I just want to say thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the comment down below and the feedback. Let me know what you picked up on the Enlisted sale. Did you get a new premium squad, a premium tank, or a premium aircraft? Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.